Hey guys, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, I want to take a second and talk about why this is not my SHTF. Now, I want to say very clearly right here at the beginning that COVID-19 is a very serious situation, and in no way do I want to downplay that. I do believe that it is something that we need to be taking every necessary step to prevent the spread of, to save as many lives as we can. Now, that being said, I want to address the fact that many people in the online preparedness SHTF community are calling this the SHTF, that this is the exact situation that we have always been talking about. And while I agree, we have always talked about these situations, far from believing that this is the apocalyptic, world ending situation that we have always discussed as being a possibility, I would simply point out that this is exactly what we have always said is inevitable. And while this is an extremely dangerous situation, and while every life lost is a tragedy, I would like to point out that we often discuss situations which are far more serious than this in this community, and generally like to think of ourselves as prepared not only physically but mentally for situations which are far more calamitous than what we are experiencing currently. And again, it's difficult to say that without sounding like I'm downplaying our current situation, and I do not want to sound like that at all. But in the online preparedness community, we talk about things like asteroid strikes, global extreme pandemics with very high death rates. And I think it's important to keep that in mind as we deal with this situation, because while it is just fine to deal with this as the most serious situation that any of us have probably ever dealt with in our lives and in our generation, quite possibly, it's important to remember that we have a long future ahead of us, and this and many other things could lead to far more serious situations. Not only is it important to keep the verbiage available to deal with those more serious situations, it's also important to keep our mental preparedness in check so that we don't find ourselves being ill adjusted to more serious situations. Again, I would like to point out that this is a very serious situation, and anyone downplaying it is not doing anyone a service. But I would like everybody who concerns themselves with being prepared for world changing situations to adapt to this situation, acclimate to it, and be ready for more, because I do believe that the future will always bring more. Anyways, I hope that this is just an interesting thought. I hope that it doesn't upset anybody too much. It's just something that I wanted to point out that a few of us have been talking about. While I do believe that this situation is extremely serious and we need to be reacting as such, I would definitely like to keep in mind that there can be worse. Anyways, I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope everybody's safe. And if you need anything you think I can help with, definitely email me at ltaprepping@gmail.com. Everybody stay safe out there.